When I was younger, I wanted to buy a new computer game, but I was short on cash, pretty standard. So my older brother stepped in to help. His birthday was a month before mine, so he always had a little bit of money ahead of me. I asked him and he said, "Yeah, sure, little brother, I'll lend you £50. Really nice of him, right? Well, what I didn't fully grasp at the age of 10 was that a month later, I owed him £70 back. That's right, £70 for the £50 I borrowed. He didn't know it at the time, and I certainly didn't, but my older brother Lee had just introduced me to the brutal world of high-interest payday lending. That's right, my brother charged me a 40% interest rate in 1 month. And honestly, it was the best financial education I ever received. Now, this isn't a video to bash my brother. We're good, but it highlights a massive problem. For most of us, our first real lesson about money comes from making a painful mistake. Why? Because money is treated like the ultimate taboo subject. We don't talk about it at the dinner table, we don't discuss salaries with friends, and for some reason our schools still don't teach us essential life skills like how to avoid bad debt, how taxes actually work, or how to invest. We're just expected to figure it out on our own, and usually we figure it out when it's already costing us money. For a long time, I just focused on sorting out my own financial future. But then I had kids, and suddenly the stakes got a whole lot higher. I looked around and realised that despite how much the world has changed, our kids still aren't being taught how to handle their finances. I refuse to let my children, or my potential future grandchildren, grow up financially blind, having to learn about interest rates the hard way from a sibling or a predatory credit card company. That is exactly why I started this channel, Financial Futures with Ross Boyle. Think of this channel as the digital guidebook I am building for my kids and yours. Today we're starting with the foundational stuff, the 3 vital money rules school forgot to teach us, including the difference between good debt and the kind of bad debt my brother trapped me with. Let's get into it. Lesson number 1 is something my brother accidentally taught me, the difference between good debt and bad debt. Most people are told all debt is bad, but that's not strictly true. Bad debt is money you borrow to buy things that lose value the second you buy them. Think of credit cards for clothes, car financing for a vehicle that depreciates, or yes, borrowing £50 from your brother for a video game. Bad debt drains your bank account every month and traps you in a cycle of paying for your past instead of investing in your future. Good debt, on the other hand, is a tool. It's money borrowed at a low interest rate to buy an asset that will grow in value or generate income. A mortgage to buy a home is the classic example. If you want financial freedom, the rule is simple. Eliminate bad debt ruthlessly and use good debt wisely. Lesson number 2 is what Albert Einstein allegedly called the 8th wonder of the world, compound interest. In school, we are taught simple math. If you save £100 a month for 40 years, you'll have 48 grand. Simple, right? But that's not how the real world works if you invest. Compound interest is when the money your money earns starts earning money itself. It's a snowball effect. If you put that same £100 a month into a standard bank account with miserable interest, inflation will actually eat away at its value. But if you invest that £100 a month into a stocks and shares ISA or a pension, and it grows at an average of 7% a year after 40 years, your 48,000 doesn't just stay 48,000. It turns into over $250,000. Nearly 200,000 of that is free money generated by time and compounding. This is the single most powerful tool to build wealth, and is exactly why the earlier you start, or the earlier you start saving for your kids, the easier life becomes. This brings us to lesson 3, which is a total psychological shift. You must pay yourself first. What do most people do when they get paid? Their salaries hit their account, they pay the rent, the energy bills, the streaming subscriptions, they go out for food, and then at the end of the month they save whatever is left over. The problem? There is usually nothing left over. Paying yourself first means reversing the formula. The exact day you get paid, before you buy a single coffee or pay a single bill, a set percentage of your income should automatically move out of your main account. It goes into your savings, your ISA, or your pension. You treat your future self like your most important bill. If you learn to live on the remaining 80 or 90% of your income, you will build wealth completely on autopilot. Look, navigating personal finance can feel overwhelming. There are ISAs, lifetime ISAs, SIPs, workplace pensions, inflation rates. It feels like a minefield. And because it's a taboo subject, people are often too embarrassed to ask the simple questions. But it doesn't have to be complicated. I'm making these videos because I want my kids to have a blueprint. I want them to know exactly how to protect themselves, how to grow their money, and how to build a life where they aren't stressed about the next bill. And I want that for you and your family too. On this channel, we're going to open up the guidebook. In the next few videos, we're going to deep dive into exactly where you should put your money first. A cash ISA, a stocks and shares ISA, or straight into your pension. If you want to break the money taboo, take control of your own financial future, and set the next generation up for success, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and join me on this journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.